I thought that was one of the best things, considering we have interstellar objects, Gary, right now that are, passing through the solar system, lining up with the equinox and the ecliptic and things like this. So
Yeah.
I thought that would be a great time to pick
What,
this
yeah,
topic.
yeah. What's that one? Atlas,
Three Eye Atlas.
Three-Eye Atlas. Isn't that a scientific name for you?
Yeah.
It-
Wasn't that an Atlantean king's name?
yes, well, and more than just a king, he
Yeah,
was
the first.
the chief king of 10 kings of the Atlantis Empire that was trying to bring about world government with his universal Atlantean Enochian mysticism over the world, right? And
Hey YouTube world, Harvest is Plenty. Thanks for stopping by to check out the video. So guys, there's a lot going on and sometimes it's just too much to keep up with. But I did see a headline that I think it has meaning and I want to share it with you guys. So in case you guys haven't heard of Three-Eye Atlas, it's supposed to be some large interstellar object that's supposed to be moving towards the Earth's atmosphere. Um, People were talking about it. I decided to take a look at it, and what do you know? It's the same old foolishness. But I think it's a message from Brotherhood members to each other that something is getting ready to take place or something is getting ready to happen. So if you look at the headlines, it says Three-Eye Atlas Anomalies. It's a mass. Its mass is likely bigger than 33 billion tons. Too large to be a comet. There we go with the 33 again. And so this is obviously a brotherhood message. And it goes on, it says about Three-Eye Atlas is about, about its mass or whatever. And it's supposed to be Three-Eye Atlas, some interstellar object that's too big to be a comet, they say. All right. Here's another headline. I want you guys to see this. Major anomaly as interstellar object Three-Eye Atlas measured to be over 33 billion tons. There we go again with that 33. Order out of chaos. They're going to bring it. That's for sure. Here's another article. And these articles are all titled, dated, September 26th. And it says Three-Eye Atlas baffles scientists with mass beyond 33 billion tons. Too large to be a comet. This is all different articles from all over the place. And it goes on and says a mysterious interstellar object, Three-Eye Atlas, has once again shocked astronomers with its new anomaly in its mass, which was found to be bigger than 33 billion tons. It was supposedly discovered in July 1st of this year of 2025, and they said it's moving at an alarming pace, at an alarming speed, and its mass is more than 33 billion tons. Here's another one from ABC News. Three-Eye Atlas, comet hurtling towards solar system, much bigger than previously thought, astronomers say. And this is ABC News, and this is the supposedly interstellar object. And it goes on to say the interstellar object hurtling towards the inner solar system where Earth is located is much larger than previously thought, astronomers say. A comet named Three-Eye Atlas likely weighs more than 33 billion tons, Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb said in a blog post on Thursday. So here we go with the 33 to 33 to 33 Three-Eye Atlas. And for those of you guys who don't know what this means, this is definitely a message about the ancient plan to create a new world order. During a pre-flood world, that was this mythical continent called Atlantis. You guys probably heard of Atlantis. They said America's the new Atlantis. And I want to read something to you guys from a book that I have here. But on this mythical continent of Atlantis, Atlantis was where the fallen angels, when they came down in Genesis 6, that's where they resided along with the Nephilim children. And they had a couple humans there too. And it was 10 Atlantean kings there. And the chief of those kings, his name was Atlas. That's where we get Atlas Shrugged at, by Ayn Rand. And, I read the book a number of times, and that's another story for another time. But Atlas was the name of the Atlantean king who ruled that island. And they created this democracy on this island. And that's where we get the 10 kings from in the book of Revelation. They're trying to rebuild a new Atlantis, and America's going to be the philosophic empire for this new Atlantis. I read you guys America's Secret Destiny's book by Manly P. Hall. And I want to share something else. I have a book here, and it's dealing with, it's called The Ancient Plan of Various Secret Societies and whatnot. And they have a chapter in here on Atlantis. And let me read this out to you guys. Here's what it says. It says, secret societies have existed in most, if not all, nations throughout history. Manly P. Hall claimed that a super secret society superior to the Masonic order was the backbone of not only the ancient civilizations of Greece and later Rome, but also the civilizations of Islam and the Mongol empires. Hall calls the super secret group the Order of the Illumined Ones, or the Order of the Quest, or the Order of the Ancient Philosophers. Even in ancient times, scholars bound themselves with mystic ties into a worldwide fraternity, drawing candidates from all the mystery schools, the Masons, the Rosicrucians, the Kabbalists, Jewish mystery school tradition, and others. These priests, philosophers from Egypt, Greece, India, China, and the rest of the ancient world were formed into, turn to the next page, they were formed into a sovereign body to instruct and advise the leaders. We're talking about presidents, kings, queens, prime ministers. They are being advised by these people, the people in the background who are pulling the strings. All right, let's continue. Where did this ancient order originate? Hall claimed that it originated in the legendary Atlantis. He claimed that the Atlanteans devised a plan, a great plan which would guide world events for millennia to come, and that it included a mysterious blueprint of what would later become America. Hall said the ancient Egyptian secret societies inherited this great plan and were well aware of the existence of the landmass in the Western Hemisphere, which we now call America, long before it was discovered by Columbus. Hall stated the explorers who opened the New World operated from a master plan and were agents of rediscovery rather than discoverers. Hall maintained that the unifying goal of these secret societies was to create a new Atlantis in America. America, according to this great plan, was to become the first nation to begin to establish a universal democracy, or world commonwealth of nations. This quest was said to be the most noble pursuit in which a man could devote himself. It is said to have been so perfectly inspired that it continues today. And that's the new Atlantis that they're working on building. And that's what this comet thing is all about. They're probably signaling to each other, using the number 33, that something is getting ready to kick off. What? I don't know. But they're probably signaling that this plan is almost done. Completion is almost here for them to create and establish that new Atlantis empire. I told you guys that they're working day and night to get these regions ready because they need to seat the Antichrist on the throne. He has to be revealed. But before that happens, it has to be a lot of death, bloodshed, and calamity for the Antichrist to arise and bring peace, a false peace, because Jesus Christ is the real true Prince of Peace. That's why the scripture says when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them as a woman travail with child. And so they're pushing very fast and very hard, probably trying to move things before the prophetic timeline. They're trying to get things done before Jesus said they could get it done. And so it's got to get crazy. They're going to be rocking and rolling. That's probably why we have all these generals meeting tomorrow at Quantico in Virginia. And I got a video coming up about that too. It's about to get crazy, guys. Buckle up, hold on tight. Seek out the love, the grace, the mercy, and the protection of Jesus Christ. Stay tuned for more content, and may the good Lord continue to bless you and your family.
Yeah, what's that one? Atlas.
Three-Eye Atlas.
Three-Eye Atlas. Isn't that a scientific name for you?
Yeah. Wasn't that an Atlantean king's name?
Yes, and more than just a king, he was
the first.
The chief king of 10 kings of the Atlantis empire that was trying to bring about world government with his universal Atlantean Enochian mysticism over the world, right? And it's the same allegory that's also used for the end time by the many
Wow.
polytheists. And so, but it's even more than that. It's three eyes, right? It's the third. They're talking about the third eye as well. That's in that name.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And if people don't think that uh, there isn't an influence on science and education, just look at what they name everything after. It's all after the gods of the pantheon and genealogies and famous people in history, and that's who gets studied. It's the bloodlines who get studied, and you get a degree in university. Well, that's polytheism. That's secret societyism, and you get these.
Yeah.
I won't go through it, but it's just like
I-
it, and you have these initiatory societies on all of the campuses, from Alpha House, the Beta House, to things like Skull and Bones for the Ivy League, which is part of the Illuminati organization. Like, nothing is completely objective, and it's not that they don't do some good research, but I'm not always convinced it's an unbiased research,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they don't always research everything. They just research what they want to
They
research.
pick and choose to make it fit their, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the right
So
way to do research.
no,
That's the
it's
complete
not.
opposite.
Yeah, not the objectivity that one would think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible. There's some things that I'm surprised that people haven't mentioned that could be related to it. We discovered Three Eye Atlas. Well, in the main public, I'm convinced that they knew about it beforehand. But I
Sure.
think when regular astronomers, the people not in the know, just
Yep.
regular workers found it, and made it in the know, we was on July 1st, right?
Yep.
On July 2nd, there was this mysterious gamma ray burst that came from another galaxy, of course, like and that lasted a day long. And it was on July 2nd. So, what's the odds of this mysterious gamma ray burst that we don't know what the origins of why it happened?
Yep.
It happened exactly after we made it public.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some just cosmic burst of information came out of nowhere
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
after we discovered it.
Unlikely it's not related somehow, some way.
Yeah, and do you know no one's also I'm gonna bring this up in a presentation I'm doing. No one's made the connection as far as I know that when Oumuamua was discovered, Gary,
Yep.
in October 18th or 19th of 2017,
Yep.
at same time on October 17th is when we sent a beam to Lighten Star,
Yep.
and we sent musical compositions. It was a
Yeah.
message into space that we sent on October 17th, October
Yeah.
18th. We
Yep.
sent a beam to Lighten Star. And then
Yeah.
all of a
So
sudden, Oumuamua, we find leaving the solar system on
yeah.
October 19th.
Yeah. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy. And it doesn't seem to be an asteroid.
Yeah, or a comet
But
or
because
anything.
that's
Yeah.
because that's the oblong shaped thing that seems to have a specific controlled trajectory. So it's
Yeah.
whatever it is, it's not normal phenomena, but it is exhibiting intelligence and capability that we don't have. And again, to have that as a coincidence, I know it's an overused expression, but really there are very few coincidences in the world. They're usually of some sort of relationship, whatever that is. So you don't want to overreach what some coincidences are, but there's something that's interconnected there.